I am sitting with legends, so outside of, Spliff, who you see every day, we have Miss Sweet Tea.
Yes.
First and foremost.
She's a queen, beauty.
First and foremost. So, just so you know, he's probably been working on that for a week. We knew you were coming for the last 2 weeks. Again, courtesy of Paige. And just Paige, she needs her own segment because we do need an interview at some point with you, Paige. But it's because of her that we found that you were able to come hang out with us. So thank you very much.
We're so happy to have you here.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Because you are one of the dopest female MCs ever in hip hop.
Why, thank you.
Flyest, one of the flyest.
Why, thank
That's
you.
not, you made black women look so good ever since the day you drop out to now. You look good.
Wow.
Don't she look good?
She looks amazing. I mentioned it earlier. I got the push-up bra on. I took the fitted hat.
I told her, I said, you made me feel like Right On magazine. So
Yeah.
You look
Word up.
Right, you look like
Right
how
On
you look.
Word up.
And
Word up.
when I first posted that you were going to be on the show, I never get this much action. I could put about a titty on Instagram, no one cares. But when I posted you, I had so many different types of messages, secret crushes, and maybe they passed you. They all had a story, and I was supposed to ask you if you remember. I'm not doing that. You've been so many different people's secret crush. Who's your secret celebrity crush?
That is gonna remain.
Tell the truth. It's all right, Flav. Everybody likes Flav. Everybody likes Flav.
I'm not doing that right now.
Well, we jumped into it and skipped quite a bit. So for those who are just tuning in, who may not know who you are, because there's a lot of people who are just 20 years old and uneducated to a certain extent because they've only been focusing on the music of now. Speak to coming into the industry as a female in that era. How complicated was that for you?
Actually, when people ask that question, being with Herbie Lovebug, which was, so it was me and it was Salt and Pepper and it was Antoinette. So he had it was it was girl power on the team itself, and the way Herbie had the team set up, like you didn't feel a lot of that because he just made whatever was supposed to happen for you happen.
Right.
So I wasn't like out there, trying to like tough it out for myself. He did a lot of that. He did a lot of that work.
I think that's important to be surrounded by like-minded individuals and having a strong point person, because if not, at that age bracket, it does become kind of convoluted. Like who am I trusting?
That's cool
Right.
that she got to work, because Herbie's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He a big time genius. How is that working with Herbie?
It was fun. It was challenging as well because of the fact that you're an artist yourself, but he sees a bigger vision, and you have to like understand that. And kind of combine what your thoughts are and what his vision is as well, and work with him in that way.
I agree with that. Everything he did was big. Definitely you were big to me, Salt and Pepper. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all of y'all was attractive with hot records. That's crazy. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, he kept perimeters on us as well. Like, like all of us made a decision that we wanted motorcycles, and he was like, no.
Right. Yeah.
No.
What made you do that?
Was it like, it was motorcycle time, and he was like, no, he said, you break a leg or you break an arm, and you're not going to be able to get your money. He was like, you drop the top in your purse, you take the top off your truck, you want when your hair blow, you do that. But,
yeah.
And we listened.
Thank God.
Yeah, we listened,
Wow.
Okay. So, because like whatever he was, but at the time, that was like the young fun thing to do. But it's, just a lot of things. He kept us, focused.
Favorite venue you missed? It doesn't have to be that you performed at, but being a New York native, give me the favorite venue that maybe is no longer here. And at this point,
Land Quarters.
Really?
Man,
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
That's how I feel about the tunnel.
I love tunnel.
Okay.
That's how I feel about the
It's not
tunnel.
important.
I was there every week, and then
Oh.
and the night that I met Herbie as well, I was in there, and he was like, "You know, I was looking for you, you know," and I met him in there. But it's just something about the Latin Quarters.
It's a sexy spot. You know, you have to be a little bit motivated and dressed up to get inside, and I think women like that. Change clothes. Favorite male artist of any genre?
I'd have to say Doug is one of my favorites.
Dougie?
I have to say
Wow,
Dougie
okay.
Fresh is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Shout out Dougie Fresh.
Yeah.
He is one of the greatest entertainers
Yes,
in the world.
yes.
He showed me how to perform. Dougie Fresh. By watching Dougie, you learn crowd participation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dougie Fresh definitely showed you how to
That's
do that.
very important.
How to grab if the music went off some technical difficulty, he still kept the crowd going on. I learned that from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And as a person, he's he listens. He'll, you know, like when you're trying to figure something out, he's there. You know, he's a great person all the way around the board.
Outside of Pudgy,
Yeah.
any producers that you were partial to that you like either working with in the past or that you're currently working with that need to be shouted out?
Well, Herbie did most of the music then, but I would like to shout out two people. One would be Freddie Fox.
Bumpy Knuckles!
Bumpy.
That's my boy! Stop
Yeah.
playing with him.
Because even though I didn't put music out all of this time, I still recorded all of this time. Always recording. And you know, Bumpy was, you know, when I had one of those moments where I wasn't recording, Bumpy, you know, locked me in the studio. And he laughed and locked me in the studio. And he was like, when I come back, that record ready to be written. And he had like a super studio, whereas even inside the booth, there was recording thing in the booth, so you can just push the record button and record yourself from in the studio, or in the booth, as well as out in the, you know, out on the board.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could just record yourself. And yeah, he used to keep me going and challenge me with songs all the time, just to keep it going. You know, I had never made a decision, I wanted to put something out. It didn't feel like I wanted to put the records out, but I still recorded a lot. And my boy E52 from Uptown, he did the
Shout out
same thing.
E52.
He did the same thing.
Bumpy Knuckles was like the Mr. T of hip hop to me. For real.
Yeah,
Put hands
he's
on it.
amazing.
Huh?
Put hands on it.
Oh, he would knock your ass out
Knock
and
you
make a beat.
clean out.
And then spit a dope verse right after that.
Knock
Yeah, I mean,
Sure
that's if
would.
you bother him.
Boop boop.
But he's a good person.
Nah,
He's a
nobody's not saying
genuinely
that.
good
Yeah.
person.
I think that's
That's my
most
man.
people. I think most people are cool until you set them off. And then
Yeah,
that's
but
a
they
problem.
don't realize what they set off when
Right.
they bother
He's
him.
in the town
I
bomb.
agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
You mentioned the slight low, and obviously you're still working behind the scenes. All the music that we've missed, I know that you have 3 songs around. I've listened to them. The last of the 3, I forget the name. I can look at it. It was my favorite. But aside of those 3 songs, can we expect some crazy project? Because you've been sitting on music all these years. So can we
Yeah.
expect a project that where maybe you pick some songs that still relate to 2020? I know, you know, there's always a transition, but I think things still remain the same, right? Money, sex, right?
Yeah,
So-
I have 1 or 2 that I would probably, you know, infuse in and put out that I felt were kind of timeless, and so I'll do that. But yeah,
Okay. I asked you male-wise who you wanted to work with, and I know you have several relationships in the female realm of things. Give me a female artist that you haven't worked with that you'd like to work with. Now that we're back in the forefront, who do you want to work with currently?
I haven't actually done a female collaboration with anybody other than the group that I was producing back in the days, the Poison Posse. Other than that, I've never recorded with girls, so it's quite a few of them that I would do songs with, you know.
Speaking to that, now we have different music going on today, which I have to say I'm very excited about, between Cardi B, The Stallion. Speaking to new music and upcoming artists and established artists at this point, 2-3 years in the game, and songs like WAP.
Whack.
What do you, WAP, well, I'm saying, I don't care. Wow, just makes more sense. Anyway, what do you think about this realm of music, and who would you wanna work with of that tier, of the younger generation, not people who are, you know, established. These are new artists, making this now, it's like, what, 2 years out, 3 years, I mean, you know.
Well, you know what I've been following lately that I like a lot is Mulatto.
Okay, yes, okay.
I like her a lot. And I was following her before this this wave just came, and I was like, God, I like her. And I kept telling Pudgy, like, I like her. And now she's elevating even more. So I really like her.
Okay.
There's something about her that I really like.
Okay. Give us one beauty secret that you use, because this is ridiculous. You know, and you know, I'm black, I want to kind of say what I want, but black folks usually age about 15 years slower than white folks. So it's interesting because you just go from like 20 to like 55. There's like no in between. It's like, you know, whatever, Morgan Freeman. So give me one beauty secret that you use that has kept your skin glowing. Water. There you go. Yeah.
Water.
That's important.
Though I love soda. I love soda. But water, you have to drink water.
Okay.
You have to.
She came in with a big
And
bottle.
vitamin C.
So you drink water, take vitamin C, and you bathe in almond milk.
Well, no.
What's
the visual on that?
I'm trying to listen. She got no Botox going on. There's no Botox going
So
on.
what? I
Her
have
skin
Botox.
is so pretty. Like you
Well,
still look like you on the magazine. Like
Video music box.
my dude, listen here. You understanding? I was a little boy in my criminal ways. I was just getting sweet tea on the magazine. That's the closest I was getting to it. On the magazine.
Had all the magazines during them times.
He's been very excited about this. He actually called me this morning, first thing, 6 o'clock, you know, and he always likes to wake me up on my hair list. You know, it's like, you know, FaceTime.
Big FaceTime.
He's like,
no call.
Good morning, on the treadmill.
On the treadmill, yeah. Hey, sweet tea coming in.
Anyway, he's like, listen, just want to make sure, working on my crutches. I said, here we go. I said, no, she's still gonna come. Oh, okay. And then he just clicks me. He's like, working on my outfit. I go, a little much, but
Listen, you don't understand. Sweet tea, salt and pepper, short and she lied. But sweet tea, salt and pepper, come on, stop playing. Stop playing. Let's keep it. Thank you! Somebody keep it real in the room with me, man. Come on, man. Stop playing. It's a pleasure to have you here. I want to give you beats. I want to work with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I want.
We're gonna do that.
Why not? Yo, what? Crazy. I'm working with Sweet Tea.
he's
That's
already been working in the
beautiful.
studio. He has a whole CD, or it's an MP3, what, you know, flash drive. I don't give a shit. He has all these different things lined up with your name on it. There's been so many different questions posed to me. We're gonna open it up to the peanut gallery for one quick question on this side. Math, what is your quick question?
How do you feel about the guys that was caught for the murder of Jam Master Jay? Since you was a person who worked with Jam Master Jay, also, how you feel about what's going on with that situation?
I'm definitely happy that we have some closure. You know, there was a lot of people around him at the time, and then sometimes when you see them, you know, you giving everybody one eyeball, like, was it you? You know, so I'm glad that there's some closure, and the people who did it are caught, and his family can, you know, have some closure to that as well, so.
And the fact that that's almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
20 years old is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, Aaliyah,
Yes.
19, this is the, you know what I mean? My hair's up, 9/11's approaching 20, so
Yes.
I am 40.
We talking about Jam Master Jay, right?
Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna let you know that those people, the kid that he locked up, the kid that he locked up is somebody that used to do security work with us. His son, his father, the shooter's father, used to do security work for us. And Jam Master Jay, like they've been around this man for years. It's not like this is a stranger. You know what I mean? And when it came out in the news, I ain't gonna lie to you, that surprised so much people.
Really?
Yo, when he shot Jam Master Jay, he was what, 16, 17?
17, yeah.
Years old.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was like 6, 7 people in the studio. So I'll get it now. Why nobody wanted to say anything? They knew it was the little boy, they knew his father, they knew what the ties and all that. You know what I'm saying? It was a big surprise, but once people see it, it go. Because I remember they was trying to blame it on the homie, the one with the boy head, the one that Jab Master Jay used to chill with all the time. You know his name? The tall brown skin big dude used to be with Jay all the time. And just trying to blame it on him all the time because he was there as well. He didn't say nothing. Nobody said nothing. It's crazy that people just watch you get murdered and nobody said nothing.
Crazy. And your family, this is your people, your home team.
That's
like,
my point.
Mhm.
And he feeding everybody in that motherfucker.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Matt, that was a great question. Mr. GeoVision, what's your question, sir?
I don't know, I seen like mad spots like SOBs and BB King.
Speak
BB
up.
Kings ain't there, BB Kings ain't there no more. How often do you do those shows? Those, I don't know if it's golden era hip hop revivals or whatever. And how do you like to do those shows?
Pre-COVID, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. We I do quite a bit of shows, and you know, I was looking forward to going back out on the Tom Joyner cruise. That's where I was last year.
Nice.
And then my COVID came, I was like, you know.
Yeah.
How was it? Did you?
Oh my God, it was beautiful. Like
Really?
the first night, I mean, now I see why that cruise is so expensive. Because, I mean, he has everybody on that cruise. Like the first night you get on, the first person you see perform is Janet Jackson.
Wow.
What?
Wow. How much is this? Okay, we don't sort of.
You know, Janet Jackson's first because she had to perform and get off because she can't travel with the team she had, you know, with the rooms. So she performed, yeah, and got off. The Ghetto Boys came on the boat, so we got to see him before, you know, he passed. Yeah, he came, Dougie Fresh came, and then that very first night it was me, Latifah, Rage. I mean, not Latifah, me, MC Light, Rage, and it was a couple of other artists, female artists on that first night. And so that's the first night, you know?
Right.
I mean, everybody was on there. War was on there, Sheila E. was on there. Then they had the whole gospel segment. They had the house segment. I mean, almost every house artist that you can remember was in the building. And they set up a whole section. It was like a jungle. Because that house music went on and it was sweaty. People was all on the furniture. It was crazy. So, and it's like his boat. You know what I mean? For the time. So and then the club starts at 12 midnight. You know, and all the events start at 12 midnight. And then you go to bed, and then he's about 8 o'clock. He's like, "This is your captain, Tom Joyner," you know. And he goes, like, "Time to get up," and you're like, "Oh my God, I just went to sleep." So this is like 7 days in a row with this, you know.
Now, where are you going? Like, is it? Are you just at like where are you going? Where's the hot spots? Where are you going?
We went to Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and shoot, I forgot. It was one other place we stopped.
Barbados or something.
It was like 3 spots we stopped, but that's a heck of a cruise. And that's a heck of a cruise. So you know, when it came around this year, I don't know if I was on the final list, but
you was on the final list.
But COVID just took care of all of that, you know. And I do a lot of shows in Philly, down south. Most of the time it's down south. I'm not up here as much, but
that's where money is.
Yeah, that's where I always was anyway.
Nobody in New York wants to. Everybody wants to, hustle down, and they have multiple artists they can call, and everybody's trying to whittle down to the lowest price. And when I was managing a certain somebody, I was always putting her out of town because that's where the money was. Favorite place to travel internationally?
Internationally. All right, well that would be London.
I've never been. What's your favorite part about that? Food or just the culture? Like, what's your favorite?
Well. Well, a group called 10 Out remixed one of my songs, and next thing you know, I was like, they just packed me up, and I was living in Trafalgar Square for like 2 months and some change. And you know, they sent me out to Germany, sent me all these places to go tour the song, so it was like a techno record. Okay. So if you look online, you'll see like the video to it, and everybody probably wonders when they look at the video, where did that come from? It was a London remix, so I spent a lot of time there, and I was able to, really go see everything and understand it. So I enjoyed it, you know. So I would go back there.
The food wasn't a hit apparently, but we'll
You know, it really wasn't.
She had to go to Brixton to get some flavor.
I had to
Brixton
just.
is the urban spot, correct? So that's like the most
Yeah.
cultural.
I just went to the Chinese restaurant and asked for prawns. Give me some shrimp, give me some prawns, give me something simple and some rice. Because everything tasted funny.
So they had Chinese food and did they have pizza? Because you know pizza is not good outside of New York and Chicago. They had pizza.
I don't know, because I stayed in the Chinese restaurant. Once I found some place that it was something that I'm very repetitive. If it's some place and it's good and I can eat and I'm okay, even when they were giving me the food for free in the hotel, I was like, I can't even eat this.
All right.
Steak, they were messing up everything.
Speaking to favorite food, forget the prawns and you know overseas. A favorite dish to eat, Joe.
I love crab legs.
Okay. Okay. You already had your question, right? No. Anyway, this is straight out
Now you have to be dying. Like, what do you want? What?
During the time of the MC Light Antoinette beef, you cool with both sides? Where was you and how did you feel that?
Wow, I forgot about that shit.
I'm cool with both of them. I don't play sides with stuff like that. Both of them were cool with me.
Let them handle their own shit. That's how it's supposed to be.
She's like, I don't know smoke.
Biggest
Yeah.
gripe
I
about
forgot about that.
No, I didn't. MC Light did damage to that.
I was on MC Light's side. She from around the way. Stop playing.
Antoinette's a Decepticon, so I have sisters, so I know a lot of female rap history.
Okay, all right. Okay.
She went crazy.
She did. She went.
She went
favorite
crazy.
publication from back in the day that you miss. You know, there's a lot that we had. I only had a couple of dollars, so I used to have to buy one, pull out the centerfold and post it up and shit. So, what was one of your favorite magazines? Either to be featured in, because that was your era, right?
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are still out, to be honest with you. What's one that you miss?
No.
None of them are out, right?
So Word Up,
Word Up.
Word Up and Rap Masters were the two, and
When I got the long one of you, that was in Word Up.
oh, you got that
The
one.
long, the Word Up. Yeah, she had on them big door knockers, a stonewashed jean suit. I remember like this. Don't play with me, boy. Alright.
Why don't you bring it to get it signed?
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you,
right? Cause I ain't got it right now. I got it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. In April, I did have COVID, so I was quarantined. I was in the house for 14 days, right? So, so one of the things that I did was I pulled out, because I have a crate about this big and it has probably it has so many Word Up and Rap Master magazines. The whole crate is full of it. Right? And so right now, my whole living room wall is the posters. I just taped posters on the whole wall in the living room, right? And like every day when I woke up and went into the living room, I just like smiled because it took me like that. And so the worst part about it was what I remembered once I started doing the wall is you had to choose because it was somebody picture on one side, somebody picture on the other. Right? And you have to be like, oh, I'm gonna put LL. Yo, this thing kept me consumed and busy, which I was happy about. I was like, God, whose side am I putting up? Had the tape. I was big. You had to fit all the pictures. So my whole wall is pictures. I looked at it yesterday, like, are you gonna take this down? And I'm like, nah, not yet.
You
No.
I don't know.
Well, that's a good one. I didn't remember that.
Shit's
Yeah.
nostalgic.
Pick a side, Bill.
You have to pick a side.
Yeah.
I used to mess
And
it
they
up.
put
I
you
would
in
put
it.
tape on the other side, so you'll mess it up. One side is
You
going to
gotta be
mess up.
careful.
Taking it out the staples,
Yes.
getting it out.
Yo. Yo.
The trick to that is folding it and then like keeping it folded and then just beep beep, right?
Yeah.
Before that, you got a whole
I think I messed up. My father got mad because I glued the
No,
Nah.
you messed them up.
I know I did. I sure did. LL on one side, Public Enemy like this was blue. I can't believe it.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Okay, favorite hip hop artists from your era, male wise. We already covered the females.
From my era, so we kind of said Dougie.
Yep.
But I always loved Busta. I loved him too, and I'm not saying that because you're sitting here.
Okay.
When he put out, you put your hand where
All
your eyes
that.
can see.
Yeah, yeah. All
God.
that. Wow.
And the impact he made because he's such a performer. When I was where was the release party at the Palladium?
Palladium. That was the last night too.
That's-
Wu-Tang was there that night
That's the last
too.
night that it was
Puffy
open.
and Mace was there.
The way he
Oh, I
did
remember
his show that
Yes,
night.
yes.
Cause he
yes.
he sung that song and the crowd went crazy and they were like, play it again.
Right.
I mean, sing it. So he sung it again.
Rampage had it out for the night at the same time.
Yeah, cause it's kind of, cause that record's not that long. So he
Yeah.
sung it again and then we were screaming, sing it again. And then he said, I'm gonna do something better. And the screen came on and then the video played.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ooh, that was a crazy
Did
night.
that.
Jesus.
Did that.
God.
He did that.
Yes.
So big up to
Bust a
my
ride,
boy.
General.
Absolutely.
Most productive thing you've done during COVID?
Oh, well, aside of doing my Word Up Rap Masters wall.
Okay.
You know, you took some time to just sit down and think about what's going on with you as a person and reflecting and, you know, so I put a lot of things in perspective just laying there. Because, you know, you're scared at first. Like, I ended up being more of an asymptomatic case, but every day was like, wait for it. Because it was kind of new then, so I didn't know what would happen. So I got up, I'm like exercising a little bit, and I'm making sure I'm eating right, because I'm like, I don't know. Bag is packed, emergency team was standing by, people were waiting to, you know, come, you know, to take me and do what had to be done. With the hospital route was playing. I mean, I was scared. You know, everybody was scared. None of my family's here in New York. I'm the only one here. Everybody else lives in Atlanta. So, you know, we just pulled the team around. And then it also showed me who really, really loved me too.
No one's checking in
It
on
was
certain
really,
people.
really there for me.
Mhm.
So, you know, so a few things came out of that.
I see your nails are done. Oh, what, me?
No.
Oh,
No, it just made
I never know, because
It
you're,
made me get a little sad.
I
A
don't
little
know,
teary right now.
all right, we're gonna bring you back, we're gonna bring you back out of the
Don't
savage.
be calm down. Don't do that on my show. You crying and stuff. I'm light skinned. I start crying with you too.
Listen up, we just crying.
Yeah, I don't look good. I don't do that.
I see your nails are done. How much of a tragedy was it for you not to have access to Mingley over the course of 6 weeks? Well, 6 months.
Oh, well, that didn't happen.
Right.
My nails, other than when I got cleared from, you know, tested and cleared, no, I have a nail tech. We don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Because she looks like she's on point. I just had to understand.
Yeah.
Because when the stores with the beauty, you know, the beauty
Yeah.
stuff, when they opened up, there was a line around it longer than the supermarket, and you had to say to yourself, how bad did you look for 4 fucking months? And I'm sure a lot of people got divorced or going to get divorced behind this shit. If this is how you really look, that's what I'm saying to you. It becomes a little complicated.
Or I do really love her. No matter what.
Yeah, there you go.
And see, that's the thing you wanna know about somebody. You know what I mean? Like when you strip down to not too much and then you have to stay in the house more because y'all are in the house. Now you're really finding out some
Who's
things. Who's who, what's what, and what's important. You know? Absolutely.
Let's talk about your new music, because we can be here talking about
Oh,
COVID and all this other bullshit. So, Paige sent me 3 songs. The third, and I can't get it on my phone to give you the name, but the third of the 3 songs is the one I like the most. I like this. I like the whole syntax of the music that you have going on. It is very retro to me in that it's a different feel, thank God. It's not this, you know, it's a little happy.
Say it.
What?
Say it.
Say it. Say it. Say it loud. Say it, yes. I like that the best.
Why,
And
thank you.
we were listening to it outside, but I was
I'm about to
talking
get
during.
upset a little bit.
I know, it's okay.
What the
No,
fuck?
it's
Why I
fine.
didn't hear that? Why I didn't hear that?
We were talking, yeah, it's fine. I was letting him listen to it as we were having it. It's fine. Why didn't you do that? Miss Sweet Tea, I'm sorry. You know, Spliff and I have a little back behind the scenes, the eyebrow action, so we'll probably be shadow boxing after your set, but I'm prepared.
This is good.
It's good for who? It's not good for me. You know what I'm saying? Headlocks soon come.
The healthy
You know?
love.
Yeah,
Healthy
it's
love.
extra healthy. But speak to the inspiration behind your newest project. You have music that's there, but the newest 3 songs, inspiration.
I started working with Pudgy the Fat Bastard.
Pudgy!
because the guy that I talked about, E52, he finally picked up the phone and said, I knew Pudgy, for a long time, but I didn't know that he was working. And he said, I'm gonna send you to Pudgy's house because you need to come out of this thing where you just keep recording and going back home. And so once I linked up with Pudgy was like, yo, we're moving like dumb forward. We're going forward here. So you're gonna actually drop music. That's what's gonna happen. So we just started working, and then as we started putting the songs together, it was like, I feel comfortable with dropping some of this. So I'm ready, matter of fact, everything we've done. So, that was the inspiration to just move forward, and we're feeling it out still. We're doing songs after songs. There's a few songs we did. He's like, no, I don't like that for you, but we're trying to feel out what this project is gonna look like for me. So we have a lot more than 3 songs. That's just the 3.
The taste.
Yeah.
She listen, Paige. Paige is an animal in the back and behind the scenes, that you
Yes,
say.
she is.
She's a beast, which is a good thing. I only hang out with savages, and you have the right people in your corner, and I'm sure you know that. I think that Pudgy has done a tremendous job the last couple of years and decades and what have you. But it's been such a privilege. What other questions do you have? I know you have a couple of questions that you're just hanging on to. She's here. I don't want to hear them later on.
No, I'm happy that you came. I'm happy you still look good. I'm happy you're still in the game. You ain't leaving nowhere, you just was relaxing. And you back. I'm happy that I will get a chance to play you some music for yourself as well. I want to get into that. I want to get into the sweet tea.
He's working on his own little situation. When I say little, it's a lot of quiet, because it's all here actually. This is his whole project here. Hopefully he doesn't leave it around and shit. That's the project. Anyway, we would love to have you featured. And there's no pressure. You just kind of walk on. You're you. You can pull the new Spliff. You can be the cameo in the background.
Nice.
You understand what I'm saying? No pressure. So we'll work on that. Speaking of videos, Matt, what's your question? He's allowed in one fucking question. This is it. And then
You shot a new video. You said you was going through some problems with the video coming out. What was the problems that you was going through with the new video that you're supposed to put out?
Just getting it, the edit completed.
Mm.
So I guess the edit. So I guess you just saw my temper tantrum.
Yes.
We have GeoVision here who can.
You should be upset.
Yeah, my temper tantrum that happened, but I got the video right after that. It was, we were in COVID time, but it was just like, the record drop, you have to do a visual. So we do have it. It did get put out on YouTube. And, we're just getting ready to move forward and move on to the next projects. Hopefully sometimes at some point we'll be doing shows, right, Spliff? Like, I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't see it happening until
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bookie called me for September 2021. I was like,
Yes, please.
okay.
Wow.
All right.
Set a deposit on the other. Yes,
So-
absolutely. It's a shame. I think that it's sad because so many people are private contractors, and it was already a hard business to begin with.
Yeah.
And this just complicates things. So many different people rely on your gigs because I'm a bartender and you're a security person and you handle lighting and sound. There's a whole realm of people, the people who do concessions. Like I don't get tips, I have nothing.
Right.
So I think it's really sad. I think that some people have really handled the situation. One, you being one of them. Way to be productive.
The artists depended on the shows as well themselves. I just happened to do something else. So, I was a frontline worker the whole time during COVID. I'm an assistant director of a drug treatment program.
Oh, wow.
So,
I'm a sociopath by trade.
because
I'm a drug addict by trade.
Here we go. You know what?
though we had a pandemic, the drug epidemic didn't make it stop. It didn't
Probably
go-
exacerbated.
It didn't go anywhere. So,
How many people respond to you? Because this is the thing. I wasn't to bring up the story, but I know you're listening. There you are. No names mentioned. Anyway, this person thought that you were so helpful. He met you on intake and he couldn't say enough positive stuff. How many people approach you with your legendary status when you're just working a regular, just go to work, you're a regular person, because in your mind, you're a regular person. Somebody else runs into you, they can't breathe for 2 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? So
Well, I have a really, the team I work with at Samaritan Villages is a very, very good team. And the intake team, some of them kind of combat it when it first comes in. If they see me and they start with that, they go, "Her name is Miss Toy." All right, we're not doing that here. So the team kind of works with that as well. And by the time they get past intake and I'm doing, if they see me in the building, they'll, So there's times I will entertain and answer questions just because let's not be mean and don't answer any questions. But I keep it real, I keep it real even, and I set the tone, and for the most part they follow it. You know what I mean?
It's how some of these artists, and we won't go into names, but so many artists feel like they're a rapper, they're a DJ, they're a producer, and that's all they do. They wake up, they eat, sleep, and drink this, they go to sleep, and they just can't understand why the money is not coming in. Some people who do this for a profession, things have changed, money is different, and sometimes you have to get a job to supplement your lifestyle, whether it's health insurance. So I commend you for talking about that, because some people think that that's a problem. I think that it's an asset to be able to do both, because you're an idiot if you're waiting at home to collect a check on something that, look at COVID, you're done. So what do you have to say to that? I think a lot of people assume that because you're you, or because Spliff, like this, Spliff doesn't have to do other things behind the scenes. He doesn't just go out and he's on the stage going crazy. He's a producer. He has a studio. There's ways to make money outside of him screaming on stage. So how important is it for you to have other people understand that the money's not coming in? Like if you're not, of A-class status where the money, the checks, the royalties are coming in, how important is it for people to understand you need a job, you need to back up to support your passion and to support your bills? How important is that?
Well, it's really important, especially for me, because, there's two people here. There's Sweet Tea.
See this shit right here?
There's Sweet Tea, and then there's Toy.
There you go.
And
You heard that?
There's Toy. And there's things that both people want. Like, I just finished getting my bachelor's degree. There's just things that, it's like when you look at your life and say, how are you gonna feel at the end, with the things you've achieved, and then let's not forget the things you want, you know what I mean? And how do you get to that? So I like good credit. I like all of these things, you know what I'm saying? So, Sweet Tea always keep the icing on the cake, always, because I work and she gets me getting things I really want, but Toy keeps everything even. The bills are paid, everything's happening, we good, and Sweet Tea just iced the cake right now. That's what it is. And for everybody, it's like, in order to even fuel your passion, it takes money. You know what I mean? It takes money to do that. Toy argues about having to buy, Sweet Tea, this wig she want with Toy got a head full of hair. You know what I'm saying? But, there's all kind of arguments that go on, you know what I mean, between us. But it's like you have to balance your life and
the original alter ego, when we know who follows suit behind that, I could be here all day with you. We'll probably have you back at some point in a couple of months once, Spliffs, you okay? Is there anything else you want to ask her before she sails off into the sunset? I mean, I don't want any regrets.
You basically covered everything. I'm just amazed on how you look. I want to hear the 3 songs that you heard that you did not let me hear.
Paige, when did you send me the songs?
Today, that was my fault.
Okay.
My fault.
Thank you for taking that, because then I would get, then I gotta
That's definitely, listen, I own it. She just got them songs a little while ago, honestly.
Okay.
So I don't get the memo from the boss, like this.
No. We'll get the picket signs and protest. We're not doing that.
That's okay. Half white part of me is thankful for your support.
I couldn't do without you, darling.
I'm same here. Don't start the emotional shit. It's like a Hallmark card, this whole show. You were tearing, I'm tearing. Okay, all right. All right, so in case people are under rocks, where do they find you?
Sweet Tea the MC on Instagram, Facebook. So you can definitely do that. Please check the video out. It's on YouTube. The new single, Why Did It Have to Be Me? Oh, not Why Did It Have to Be Me. Oh, I Ain't Doing Love. I Ain't Doing Love.
It sounds similar.
Oh, no, Why Did It Have to Be Me? You know what was on my mind is because I posted something recently and I'm walking on the beach, and so everybody is doing the, I have clothes on. But walking on the beach, and everybody's like, sing Why Did It Have to Be Me? Sing Why Did It Have to Be Me? So I'm like, okay, but I Ain't Doing Love is the new single. And
That's what most people ain't doing love because they can't.
oh
It's
my
that COVID bullshit. It's like me. How you doing, boo? Got your fucking mask
Why did it have
on.
to be me?
Like this. Why did it have to be me? Because you is ugly as shit. And then, HIV isn't even spoken about anymore. It's like you got that COVID. Yes, I'm saying it's kind of wacky. All right, like I said, you gotta take a break. We have DJ Tech 1 up on deck. Sweet Tea, thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you.
I'm so
It's a Sweet Tea!